Greetings. Greetings, fellow soul sisters and soul brothers. Michelle, you made it. All right. Hello, Jeffrey and friends. I've missed you all so much. Welcome back, Michelle. I am off work today and so grateful to be able to attend. And thank you for that. Thank you for attending. Jacqueline is here. Hello. Yes. All right. Here we are. Are we going to have some fun today, people? I hope so. I hope so. Let's check in. Anybody else here? Please say something in the comments. Let me know where you're from, how you are feeling. If this is your first time here, I see Grandma Annie from Texas, and you have been making some comments on the Shaltazar messages. Thank you for that. Anybody else here? Let's put it up in the comments. Wow. Yes. Back and forth. Everyone connecting. Love, 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 love it. Ruby, haven't been in a while. Okay. So seems to be welcome back, eh? Welcome back. All right. Thanks, Ruby. Thanks, everyone. How are we feeling? Get those hearts a clicking. Yes. Yes. I've been away too. It's a welcome back for me. I was visiting my son and daughter-in-law in Sarasota, Florida, and we had wonderful weather and beautiful nature shots. Oh, I'm just working through. I got so many amazing bird shots. I found a few Audubon rookeries, and it was amazing. And nothing for me like getting out into nature and taking photos to stir my soul. Marie, what do we got? Hello, Jeffrey. Marie from the Netherlands. Thank you for joining. I haven't been here in a year. All right. Okay. Wow. Isn't that fascinating? You know, it is so amazing how the universe communicates with us. So all of a sudden, it's like people who haven't been here for a while are now back. They're coming back. We're here together. The universe is sending us all kinds of messages all the time. All the time. And I have a sense that I want to talk a bit about communicating with the unseen world because of an experience I had last night that I will share. Jeanette is here. Welcome, Jeanette. Marie, regards to everyone. Yes. All right. We're here. Can you feel it? Right. Michelle, Jeffrey is a fabulous photographer. Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Michelle and I are friends on Facebook, and I do post some of my photos on Facebook. Grandma Annie says hello. Right. Maria, it feels so wonderful to hear your voice and be so close again. Thank you. And that is because together we bring energy. We bring something that is invisible, that is intangible, and we can feel it. And that is what's so wonderful about Insight Timer, eh? Right? Big shout out to Insight Timer. Aren't they amazing? They're always changing. They're always evolving. Over 20,000 teachers, millions of people. They now have, they're starting with videos as opposed to audios. We must keep evolving. We must keep evolving. The world is changing so quickly. And I have to tell you, for an old guy like me, I kind of find it exciting, and it does keep me young. It does keep me young. All right. Anybody else here want to check in? All right. Anybody else here? And let me ask a question. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What do you want us to talk about? This is awakening together in the flow of love. We can feel the love. Those hearts are coming fast and furious. I love it. I love it. And I got to take a deep breath because, wow. Michelle has a question. Excellent. Marie, approval, the constant need of approval. Okay, interesting. Yes, love that one. That's what's on your mind. Ruby, how to master non-attachment, how to trust the process. KP is here. Yeah. Whew. Right. KP says, what are we talking about? KP, I'm not sure. We're just talking. I asked the question, what's on your mind? What do we want to talk about? We're going to let Shaltazar direct where we're going to go in this. You know, I'm always I try to prepare in case nobody says anything, but it looks like we got lots of activity, so I don't have to worry about that. So what are we talking about, KP? What is on your mind lately? What is bothering you? Michelle, for 3 days in a row, I saw 5 dead snakes all lying belly up, and also one lizard smashed back up by a car. Okay. All right. So, Michelle, did you look up the animal totem for snake? All right. That's fascinating. Actually, that's really fascinating because I have just been toying with the idea that I want to tap into Shaltazar and do a Shaltazar message on grief and loss, and I'm really not sure how I am going to get some advice because I know that loss and grief is something that we in the human realm experience, but not necessarily in the higher realm. So I've been sort of reluctant because in my mind it's like, well, what can Shaltazar tell us about loss and death? And kind of interesting. The 3 days were the day before Easter Sunday, Easter, and then the following day, my deceased dog's gotcha day. Okay, so I'm sensing endings, Michelle. I'm sensing endings, not death. It's easy to go into that, into death as something deeper, and so it's interesting. It's animals. So Michelle, you're being asked to question what you are ready to end, what you're ready to end, because death, from a spiritual perspective, every death is a rebirth, and we are in the season of spring. In your Christian faith, that resurrection, that death and resurrection. So, sort of like one door closes, another door opens. So that's what I'm getting, Michelle. Jacqueline, Jeffrey, I sent Jen a text to see if she's coming to this session. Okay. Yes, Jacqueline and Jen and I have been working on trying to get something more intimate, a Zoom call in between these Insight Timer lives. Okay. Michelle, yes, I read things about snakes and about, where am I here? And about dead snakes. Michelle, that tells me that the reptilian stuff of humans is now dead, like the lower evil stuff. KP, interesting. I love it. Okay. And Michelle, I'm working on a book about joy since losing my dog. Yes. Okay. So again, I am getting a sense of death and rebirth. It is time to begin again. It is time we're in the season in the Northern Hemisphere of spring. We're in the season of rebirth. What do we want to change in our life? Okay, we had some here that we're talking about attachment, approval, okay, non-attachment, trust the process, approval, constant need. Maria, I will tell you that approval is part of our conditioning, and it is a journey to let go of that. But the way to do so is to move within and realize that that you are not only good enough, you're great. That you don't have to perform. That the not good enough, the approval is part of our spiritual journey. I did it for over 50 years, and the last 20 some, I've been unraveling that need for approval. And I must tell you, I am starting to get to that point where it really, really feels good to me that I don't need approval. Because I am sitting here, I am rambling, I'm trying to look at comments, and it's easy for the mind and the ego to say, what are they thinking? He's all over the place. I'll calm for a moment. because I'm really excited to be here and be back and have all of you with me. But I cannot need your approval, because then I can't give you what it is that is in my heart of hearts. So what's coming to me with regard to that need for approval, Maria, is ask the question, why do you feel you need approval? Most likely because you don't think you're good enough. Why do you believe you are not good enough? And I will tell you, in 20 some years of coaching, that is the single largest issue that I come across, is people do not feel good enough. And that is part of our human journey. Ruby, I'm going to get to non-attachment. Maria, give me some feedback. Does any of that make sense? This is the first day of the rest of your life. Put it in the comments. I do not need anyone's approval. I do not need anyone's approval. Let me catch up on the comments. I love all the comments, by the way. Michelle, best I came up with was death of patriarchy and the rising of the feminine power. Snake represents the feminine, right? So are you ready to stand in your power? Are we all ready to stand in our power? Are we ready to let go of some of that strong masculine energy that has been coming to the forefront lately? It is for purpose. It is coming to be healed. Here it is, a man for 50 years being in my masculine energy, and now I relish that feminine feeling energy. Yes. Yes, all of that. Michelle, sign me up for the Zoom. Okay, great. Jacqueline, okay, great. Zoom for the session. All right, so Jacqueline and Jen are spearheading this, and it is just a group. I think we call ourselves, one loveness in one or something like that. And the idea is just something more intimate, because I have to say, the comments are okay, but I much prefer that we are all on the screen together. So Jacqueline is saying, for anyone else interested in joining us, we've been posting the details in Jeffrey's group. Not sure how we can sort of do this and still stay within the rules and regulations of Insight Timer, but if we can get a group going, this is not to replace Insight Timer. This is in addition to. Maria, yes, this makes sense. It is difficult. Of course it's difficult. But just think about it. When you give yourself the approval, when you give yourself the permission, when you stand in your power, there is a ripple effect to all of consciousness. So this isn't just for you, my dear. This is for all of humanity. Michelle, I approve of and love myself. Excellent. Maria, I do not need anyone's approval except maybe my own. Not maybe. It's like you don't even need your own approval. Okay? Shaltazar says, learn to love. Learn to accept the parts of us we do not like. I'm working on that all of the time. All of the time. KP wants to join too. You guys have to figure it out. I'm going to show up. It's just all of us together, awakening in oneness or love oneness. I don't know. I can never remember the names of things that I call myself. And so let's put it out to the universe that we are going to get a beautiful group of people meeting as well as weekly on these lives, that we can also have this Zoom call. By the way, I am working on a way to possibly download these replays and put them up somewhere, either on my website or on my YouTube account, or even actually repost them as videos if Insight Timer will allow it, so that people that have missed, and it won't be as great watching the replay, but I am hoping, I've got this lovely young fellow that understands videos. He's done a lot of video work for me, and I am downloading the replays, and hopefully he's going to be able to clean them up a bit. And there will be a way, hopefully, for people to replay these. You will not see the comments. You will unfortunately just see the crazy old man on the screen reading the comments and talking away. All right. Anybody else here that has not yet put something in the comments to let us know? Come on, people. Come on. Katie is here. Jeanette, you said you were here, but let's hear some more. Rebecca, love to have you back. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes. Howard, Matt, Kathleen. And it's kind of neat because they give you this. I never realized I could sort of see who's here, right? Renuka is here. Welcome, Renuka. Jess, Geraldine. Come on, in the comments. Okay, I owe Ruby something on attachment, non-attachment. Okay, so usually the attachment comes from our mind, and our mind wants to keep us safe. And I don't know about you, but I often find that we get attached to habit, to routine. We get attached to things because we think that that attachment will keep us safe. So Ruby, let me ask you the question, what are you afraid of if you let go of what you are attached to? Let me slow down and say that again. And this is for everyone. What are you afraid of if you let go of what you are attached to? Ruby, right away, probably the unknown. Yes. Working on a Shaltazar message is kind of interesting, although Shaltazar has brought forth a number of messages about the unknown. And this one is about generalization. We know so little, and we're comfortable because we stay in that box of the known. If we live in a particular country, do we really know what's happening in the over 100 and some countries that are in the rest of the world? No. Do we know what's happening in their culture? Ruby, there is so much unknown. What if it became your playground? What if it became the place where we could expand and grow and connect? Make the unknown your friend. And right away, here's what pops. Shaltazar just said, well, you better tell them that the unknown does not have to be fearful. And there's a new message. It is not published yet. And I just got a nudge that I think I'm supposed to play it. It's kind of an interesting one. It's a very interesting one, I think. Let me see if I can find it. And the gist of it is that fear is in our life to help us hone and strengthen our faith, our trust. Isn't that fascinating? Okay. When fear appears, trust more deeply. Who's dealing with some fear these days? Ruby, there it is. You're afraid of the unknown. Give me some other fears, beautiful people. Awakening and oneness, Jacqueline. Yes, go into Jeffrey's group here on Insight Timer for details. Perfect. Right. Excellent. Ruby, fear of failing. Oh, yes. Why? You know that my failures have been my greatest learning. My failures. Okay, sure. Right. We're back to that. We're back to that. The opinions of others, the approval, the validation. Sure, maybe it's easier when you're 73, soon going to be 74, couple of months, by the way, not even, May 28th, not even 2 months. This old guy's going to be 74. And I refuse to live out my final chapters in fear. Yes. Michelle, fear of being exposed. Exposed to what? Right? Right. Maria, fear, yes, fear of loss, of losing my kids, right? Think about how we are creating beautiful soul sisters and soul brothers from fear. Is there any wonder? That our lives are not what we want them to be when we are creating from the energy of fear? Wow. KP, fear of the unknown. Michelle, I'm most afraid of my success. Why? You can control your success. You don't have to just because all of a sudden you become successful, you have to do things that are not authentic, that are not you. We are in control of that success. If you're afraid of it, you're keeping it away. So redefine the success that you want. Renuka, hi all. Rebecca, I just lost power here in Santa Fe. I am so sorry. Log back in. You're back. Excellent. Renuka, I don't want to live my life in fear either. Yes. All right. Do we want to hear that new message? Let me know. I think I'm going to play it. All right. So this is about one of the biggest topics that we are dealing with on the planet these days, fear. And it was a real aha moment for me when Shaltazar led me to believe that fear is in our life so we could learn to trust more. Michelle, I'm in control of my success, right? There's nothing to be scared of because you're going to control, you are going to control the success. It's not going to get out of hand. It's not going to be more than you can take because you can control it. This feels good to be back, beautiful people. I'm feeling in the flow. Okay. Rebecca, Michelle, I had fear of getting everything I want. All right. Why? All right. So here it is, Rebecca, Michelle, be careful for what you want. Just don't want what people tell you to want. Want what you can handle. Gee, I would like more of this, but please bring it to me in steps. Please allow me to get used to more of this and more of that. Don't bring it all at once so it overwhelms me. Right? Gosh, beautiful people, we have got to transmute that fear into love. We have got to. You see what's happening in the world today? Not that I get too involved in current events, but it is happening because of fear. We are the love army. We are going to bring love to that fear. And how we're going to do that is we're going to realize that fear is in our life so that we can learn to trust more. No, because it took 8 years to come to fruition. Okay. Maria, how do we transmute fear into love? I think this message is going to help because you're going to realize that if you want to move to love, you got to move to trust. You have to let go of that fear of the unknown. Preach, Jeffrey. We are the love army. Okay, Preacher Jeffrey. Here we go. Are we ready? All you got to do is let me know if you can hear this. When fear appears, trust more deeply. Not sure. I have a whole bunch of stuff that's waiting for approval here on Insight Timer, so I'm not sure when this is going to appear. You can find it, I believe, on my website, but you can also find it here on Insight Timer soon. Here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Messages from Shaltazar. When fear appears, trust more deeply. Greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Baninu, the energy of 33, the Master Teacher, and the energy of 44, the Master Healer. Many humans believe the purpose of their spiritual journey is to eliminate fear. You imagine that if you grow enough, learn enough, meditate enough, or heal enough, fear will one day disappear from your life entirely. And when fear continues to arise, many quietly conclude that they must somehow still be failing on their path. Yet the truth of fear is far more profound than most humans realize. Fear was never meant to disappear. Fear exists as part of the design of your human journey. Like all emotions, characteristics, behaviors, and states of consciousness, it lives along a continuum. At one end of this continuum is fear in its many expressions, and at the other end is faith, the deep trust in life that gradually emerges as consciousness evolves. For many humans, this continuum begins with fear that is loud and unmistakable. It appears as panic, anxiety, anger, and the sense that something terrible might happen. It may arise as fear of losing your health, your safety, your relationships, your livelihood, or your place in the world. These are the fears most humans easily recognize, and much of humanity currently lives within this louder portion of the continuum. But as consciousness grows, something important begins to occur. Fear does not suddenly vanish. It becomes quieter. What once appeared as panic may soften into worry. What once appeared as anxiety may become the need to understand why something happened. What once appeared as fear may quietly transform into the restless urge to mentally solve every uncertainty. It may appear as overthinking, subtle self-doubt, the feeling that you must figure everything out, or the quiet discomfort of uncertainty. Many who walk a spiritual path encounter these quieter expressions and do not recognize them as fear at all. They believe they have moved beyond fear, yet they still feel the need to analyze life, control outcomes, or understand every experience before they can feel at peace. This is simply fear expressing itself in a more refined form along its continuum. Understanding this creates a powerful shift in perspective. The purpose of the spiritual journey is not to defeat fear once and for all. The deeper purpose of fear is to create opportunities for faith and trust to grow stronger. Fear, in its many forms, becomes one of the ways the soul comes to better understand the human journey. Each time fear appears in your experience, you are invited to deepen your trust in the unfolding of life. When fear appears loudly, it asks you to trust that you are supported, even when circumstances feel uncertain. When fear appears more subtly, it asks you to trust even when the mind wishes to analyze, predict, or control everything that is occurring. In this way, fear becomes one of the great teachers of the human journey. Fear invites you to come home to faith. As faith and trust grow stronger, fear gradually loosens its intensity. The loud fears soften first. Then the quieter fears begin to dissolve as well. Eventually, you discover that peace does not arise because you successfully eliminated fear through effort. Peace arises because trust has become stronger than the need to control life. This movement along the continuum of fear is a natural unfolding of consciousness. It is not a race, nor is it a test you must pass perfectly. It is simply the process through which the soul learns to trust the intelligence of the universe more deeply. There is another understanding that may bring you comfort. Every moment in which you soften fear and choose trust influences the collective field of human consciousness. What may appear to you as a smaller inner shift contributes to a transformation far greater than the human mind can measure. In this way, your personal journey with fear becomes part of humanity's awakening. Those who have traveled further along the continuum from fear towards faith carry a quiet gift for the world. When trust lives more deeply within you, it is felt by others. Your calm presence softens fear in ways words often cannot, and hearts begin to shift one by one. As faith awakens within more of humanity, the connection to the unconditional love of Source grows stronger, and your world slowly transforms through greater compassion, understanding, and love. So how do you move along this continuum from fear towards faith and trust? Begin by learning to recognize fear in all its forms. When fear appears loudly through anxiety or panic, do not judge yourself for feeling it. Instead, gently acknowledge its presence. Awareness itself begins to soften fear. When fear arises, allow yourself to pause rather than react. Fear grows stronger when the mind begins racing to solve, fix, or control the situation immediately. A conscious pause interrupts this pattern and allows space for trust to emerge. Bring your attention to your breath and your body. Fear lives largely in the mind's projection of the future. When you return to the present moment through breath and sensation, the intensity of fear often begins to soften naturally. Remind yourself gently that life is unfolding with an intelligence greater than the human mind can always perceive. Faith is not blind belief. It is the growing recognition that the universe continually supports your evolution, even when the path ahead is not fully visible. And practice surrender in small moments. Each time you release the need to control or fully understand a situation, you strengthen your capacity for trust. Over time, these small moments of surrender quietly build a deeper foundation of faith within you. In this way, Fear gradually transforms from an obstacle into a teacher. It reveals where trust has not yet fully taken root, and it invites you to cultivate that trust more deeply. Dear ones, understand that the presence of fear does not mean you are failing. It simply means you are human, and that another opportunity has appeared for faith within your heart to grow stronger. For the journey from fear to faith is not about eliminating fear once and for all. It is about allowing faith and trust to grow stronger and stronger until peace becomes your natural way of being. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional. There we go, beautiful people. Oh, that reminds me, teacher support tells me we're supposed to put up this little card to nudge people for donations. Asking for donations is not the easiest thing I do, but I do appreciate your support. I appreciate your presence. Please, if you have not already followed me, please follow me here. Check out the over 250 messages of Shaltazar. I love the comments. I was away for a couple of weeks and I got behind in replying to comments. And yesterday I sat down and there was like 25, 30 comments and they touched my heart. They brought me to tears. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beautiful people. The message, what did you get from it? What did you get from the message? All right, there were lots of things. Jacqueline, thanks for putting some of those insights up. Right? Who was it? Someone asked how we, they asked, Marie, how do we transmute fear into love? Well, Michelle says fear invites you to trust. Yeah. So Shaltazar has taught me that acceptance is the lower end of the continuum of love. In this message, we heard about the continuum from fear to faith or from fear to trust. So acceptance is the lower end of the continuum of love. So if you accept your fears and you choose faith, then you are transmuting them. So I would like anyone or everyone that had a fear. We had non-attachment, we had the unknown, we had success. Please put in the comments, I accept my fear of, fill in the blank, and I choose faith, or I choose trust. So, and that's what Shaltazar is saying is that acknowledgement, that awareness of that faith. Don't make it bad. There was a line in there that was really interesting, and that's that the human journey is about overcoming that fear. Just think about it, from our incarnation, coming from the place of unity, from the place of oneness, in the arms of the source, in the arms of God, we plummet and come out through a process called labor into this human world. That would scare the bejesus out of anyone, right? So of course we're scared because we have plummeted into the duality. And so accept that fear and work in transmuting it into trust, into love, into acceptance. Ruby, I accept fear of the unknown and I choose love. Right? Do you feel a softening in your body? Do you feel that the fear of the unknown doesn't have as much of a stranglehold on you. Michelle, I accept my fear of lack of money and I choose trust. Beautiful. Anybody else? Come on, people. Put your fear up. Acknowledge that you have accepted it and that you're choosing trust. And so, Ruby, when you notice that fear of the unknown popping up, just simply put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, take a pause. There's a whole bunch of messages called the pause transmissions from Shaltazar. I believe there's around 11 of them up there. I put them in a playlist, and I just uploaded over the next number of days and weeks 8 more. So there are going to be 19 pause transmissions. They'll all be in a playlist. Choose them as they apply, and just take that pause. Just take that pause. Yes. Let me catch up here. Michelle again, I accept my fear of my own power and success, and I choose to trust myself and the divine. Beautiful. Jacqueline's with you on that one. Both, right. Okay, can you feel a loosening? Can you feel the fear being transmuted into love? Who asked that question? I think it was Marie, right? Marie, can you feel us softening the fear? KP, I acknowledge and accept my fear of the unknown, and I choose to replace it with faith and trust. Amen. I can feel it. I can feel it. I love it. Carol, again, I always apologize if I pronounce names incorrectly. I love you dearly. I accept my fear of life, and I choose trust and faith. Now, do you not feel how much lighter that is? Acknowledge it. Fear has this stranglehold because we don't acknowledge it. It's the boogeyman, right? Notice it's called boogeyman, not boogie lady, right? The men are the masculine energy, right? Okay, acknowledging it. Beautiful. What else have we got here? I love you guys. This is so much fun for me today. Wow. I've been back about a week, finally catching up on all kinds of things, and I was really looking forward to it. And it has been amazing so far. Marie, I would love to choose trust. Not that I am afraid that my lack of fear causes bad things again. Okay. Instead of I would love to choose love, you would love to choose trust. Don't say would. You don't would. I do. I choose trust. Do it, and the universe will back you up. The universe will back you up. They will bring you that trust. But you got to have the faith that the universe has got your back. Anybody believe the universe got your back? Shaltazar's taking care of me all of the time. Yes. Yes. Michelle says there's 44 of us. Excellent. The energy of 44, the master healer. Marie, where are we? I cannot feel, hang on. I cannot feel the transmutation so far. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. It just means your fear is deeply ingrained. And that's just part of your soul's journey, that you have had a life that has given you a lot of intensity and fear. And I want you to realize how privileged you are, because as you move, and you will, and anybody that wants to book a clarity call with me, feel free to do so. You will begin to move that fear, if you have faith and trust, into greater faith and trust. And by doing so, because your fear is so deep, you will be helping all of humanity. Jacqueline, some emojis for us have joined, of us have joined. Okay. Michelle, One of my fave ways of transforming energy is with my breath and intention. Mantra, I send trust energy to Mama Earth with the power of my breath and my intention that she may transform it into love, fear, okay, whatever the energy is. Yes, put it out there. Put it out there. Marie, where are we? I have only just been diagnosed with PTSD, so there is a lot I have to go through before trusting again. And I think, yes, and I understand that, and I am so sorry you have that. But you are going to overcome it. The depth of your PTSD, the depth of your fear just means that when you transmute it, not if, when, did you hear me? When you transmute it, you will be helping not only yourself, but the collective consciousness. There is so much of that fear that has turned in to very, very dark, deep PTSD energy. And we're here for you. We are here for you. Ali, I accept my fear of the unknown and choose to have faith and trust in myself and the universe. Love it. Thank you, Jeffrey, Michelle, Jacqueline, and all. Nice to connect again. Beautiful. Jacqueline, where are we? Hang on. Jen, you're here. I see your bubble floating at the bottom of the screen. There it is. Floating bubbles. Floating bubbles. Yes, Michelle says the universe has always got my back. Universe always has my back, Michelle. Yes. Okay. Donation, Ali. Thank you so much for the donation. Greatly appreciate your support. Appreciate all of your support. I know finances are difficult these days. Michelle, another thing that helps me, especially when it's hard to get to the point of where I want to be, I give myself permission. So I'll say, I give myself permission to choose trust. That helps, like a bridge to getting closer to the choice. Michelle, join me up here. We missed you. You are my co-teacher in this. And keep in mind, beautiful people, that we are all students and all teachers. You are my teachers, and hopefully in some way I am yours as well. Jacqueline, yes, for those who don't know or haven't had one, Jeffrey offers a clarity call. Good, read it there. I won't read it out. Jacqueline has had one, and I love talking to you one-on-one, right? Michelle, Shaltazar loves us all. They do indeed. They do indeed. And it is our duty to bring that love. That is one of the reasons, okay? So Marie, that PTSD, that difficulty that you have faced in your life, it is an opportunity for you to transmute it into trust, faith, and love, not just for you, but for all of humanity. Michelle, I had a clarity call. I think you did. If not, book another one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. For those of you who have tuned in and don't know me, I will post my profile card. So all you have to do is click on it and follow me. I'm back here next Wednesday, 11 a.m. I would love to pick times that work for everyone. That seems to be impossible, but I certainly welcome any input if there are certain times that are better than others. Okay, beautiful people, what have you learned today? What have you learned today? One thing, just acknowledge something that you have learned that you are going to work on. And I see there's a bunch of people here who haven't commented. Just put an emoji. It's time to be seen, people. It is time to be seen. You have, if you want the universe to help you out, you got to say, hey, I'm here. I'm here, people. Yes, I am. I'm here, universe. Jeanette has learned, I have learned the connection between fear and trust. Beautiful, right? It's a continuum. It's not either or. And we're going to go back and forth because if something happens, if you're sick, if you don't have enough sleep, if something difficult happens in your life, of course you're going to shift on that continuum back more to fear. And what Shaltazar says is that is your opportunity, our opportunity to build greater faith. Can you imagine when we as a collective have more faith than fear? Then we will have compassion. We will have understanding. We will obliterate some of the terrible things that are happening in our world today. Michelle learned that step one of transmuting fear is accepting. Yeah, I'm afraid of certain things. Of course I am. And what's really interesting is different people are afraid of different things. A lot of people are afraid of dying. I have had such an amazing life. That's not one of my fears. I used to have a fear of running out of money. I've mitigated that a bit. Every once in a while, the fear comes up. It rises and it falls. But the idea is you want to keep moving along the continuum to more faith. Ali says, earlier is best for me. This is interrupting my work morning. I'm going to work on gratitude and asking for guidance from the universe. Beautiful. See you next week, Ali. All right. What else, beautiful people? We got a few minutes left. Carol, I choose to acknowledge my fear and choose trust to build that muscle. Yes, because trust is a muscle. Trust is a muscle. Yes. Marie, thank you, Jeffrey. I am glad I came back to you. 11 a.m. is super. That's 5 p.m. here. All right. I'm going to bring in some light language, and I'm going to ask us to integrate what we have learned here today. Okay. By the way, I want to share. This is an interesting crystal. I had one of these a long time ago, and I always give my grandkids like coming and collecting crystals. And my granddaughter, our oldest granddaughter, who just turned 16 in February, wanted this one, and it's ametrine. It is a combination of amethyst and citrine. And I have a lot of amethyst, and you can see I have a lot of crystals. And I was away on our trip, as I mentioned, and sure enough, in the store, I found ametrine, and I had to buy it. It was really kind of neat. And here's another neat one. This is a fluorite that's kind of neat because it sort of grew out of this stone, and it's really kind of a neat fluorite. And this one is called a pyrite. Better look at the name of it. Pyrite concretion. Isn't that neat? Okay, like that's pyrite in there, and it formed in layers. Isn't that fascinating? So I've been holding these crystals since I got them and since I came back, and lots of energy. Okay, just hang on for a sec. We've got some more comments before I bring in the light language. I choose to acknowledge my fear and choose trust to build that muscle. Sorry, yeah, I think I read that. Carol Marie, I read that one. So is trust a choice, not a condition? Can it become a condition? Not sure what you mean by a condition. It is a choice. Absolutely. Absolutely. You choose trust. You choose trust. And that's why Shaltazar talks about that awareness. My first coach taught me that awareness leads to choice, and choice leads to change. So if you are aware that you are in fear, and some of the fear, that Shaltazar message talked about the subtlety of fear. And that sort of came up in a conversation with my good friend and collaborator, Mark Lane, and I. We have both been working on that fear. And our fears are a little bit more subtle. They're not quite as overt. But we realize there's still fear, and we do have a choice. We do have a choice. Yes. Carol says that she believes it's a choice, and fear is conditioned. Yes, I love that. All right, some light language. Let's integrate what we have learned. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Please check out the new messages of Shaltazar. Leave me comments. There are 2 courses I have. I would love to create more, but I'm so busy doing all kinds of other things. This one's a kind of neat one. It's called Letting Go of Obsessive Thoughts. Highly recommend you check it out. It's 8 days. And then I have another course on connecting to the unseen world, which is one of my favorite topics. So I'd love your support, love to hear from you. Jacqueline, yay, I think the earlier time is better. Okay, hi, Debbie, excellent. Here we go. Shiao na 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 kau tatare isha unase paute paute kaune shimau tatare. Greetings, greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Paninu, the energy of 33, the master teacher, and the energy of 44, the master healer. And as you approach the end of this beautiful Insight Timer Live, we wish to come through for a moment to thank you for meeting together in community, to helping each other and helping the collective consciousness. You are the pioneers of a new earth, of a new humanity. And we honor the courage you have to let go of what you were taught, to let go of the fear, to let go of all of the things that you learned as you evolved in human consciousness. But you are here. You are here, dear ones. No matter how onerous the journey feels at this point, you have crossed the line, dear ones. You have crossed the lines. You are here as the architects, as the builders, as the imaginers, as the visionaries of a different earth. Yes, heaven on earth is within your reach. So do not get discouraged at what you see around you, for it is the last ditch effort of the old energy to remain in control. You've got this, dear ones. You've got this, dear ones, and it is time to stand proud for the difficult work that you have done, the challenges that you have overcome, the continual work that you are doing on yourself is honored, revered, and greatly appreciated by the higher realm. We are with you. We are with you, guiding you every step of the way. Call upon us, dear ones. Call upon us, and we will show you the way. For as the translator of this message said, the universe does have your back. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional. Go forth and continue what you have been doing, and know how very proud of you we are. Go forth, dear ones in love. Go forth. Shiau nanau nanau nanai katau tatare. Shianose kau. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. Please check out the messages of Shaltazar. Please follow me here on Insight Timer. Please reach out to me on my website, jeffreyeisen.com. Book a clarity call. Let's get together in a Zoom call where we can all see each other. Thank you for those of you who commented. Thank you for those who have been here and just listened. And my final request is if you got something from today, pass it on, because we met in community, we met in love, we met helping each other, and the world needs us now. So take what you learned today and pass it on to someone else. Jacqueline, thank you. Jeffrey and Shaltazar, I started crying when you said the part about letting go of all we've learned. Friends, family don't understand what I am doing and how I've changed. And yes, it is lonely on the road less traveled, but we signed up to be the pioneers. And we will respect and honor the friends and family that don't understand us, but we must come together in community that does understand us. Until we meet again, beautiful people, love and light to you all.